Hey y'all, and welcome to the Sprinkle Factory YouTube channel where we cover everything culinary. This is Chef Sprinkle, and I'm back with another delicious recipe. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and join our Sprinkle Squad. Today, we are going to be making a loaded SMACKALICIOUS seafood dip with the ever so lovely Be Lovely seasoning mix, you guys. Let's get right into it. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to prep all of our vegetables. We have some green onions, we have some red bell peppers, of course, some fresh garlic, and we also are going to cut up our lemon. We're going to cut everything into really small pieces, sort of a similar size and shape so they cook the same. And then we are going to saute them up. Once we get that finished, you guys, we are going to make sure that our shrimp are nice and clean, okay? Make sure you devein them. Make sure you wash them. Never wash your shrimp in hot water because it is going to begin the cooking process. So make sure that you rinse them off in cool water and you should be good to go. I have some really jumbo shrimp here. These are colossal shrimp, you guys. I have 5 in total. I'm going to chop up 3 and I'm going to save 2 for garnish. So you want to chop these up into bite-sized pieces, but before we do that, we want to make sure we kiss these with tons and tons of flavor. The Be Love's Life sauce mix, you guys, is super delicious as a seafood sauce or a sauce to go on any vegetable, any meat, literally goes with everything. But what I discovered is the seasoning blend itself is so delicious and can be used for so many things. So we are going to season our shrimp up. We're going to get it nice and flavorful. We're going to make sure that we season both sides, and then we're going to chop them into bite-sized pieces. Super simple, you guys. Everything is nice and chopped up and, of course, into bite-sized pieces. Now, I did throw in a few medium shrimp as well. So about 8 or 10 medium shrimp, you guys. Don't chop them up, leave them whole. They are an amazing surprise in the dip as well. Of course, we have to make sure that we season those and get them nice and flavorful. And then in addition, the next thing that we're going to add is a ½ pound of lump crab meat. You guys can use the claw meat. That's totally up to you. For this dip, I would definitely advise you to splurge a bit and get some lump crab meat. It definitely makes a huge difference. So once we get everything together, we're going to make sure that we get everything seasoned. And the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go over some additional ingredients that we are going to need to make this dip a success. So we're going to use some creamy melt, triple cheddar, mozzarella. We have all of our fresh veggies, some extra seasoning. We're also going to add in, of course, some cream cheese and some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. You guys can use the Parmesan cheese that comes in the bottle, but trust me, when you take a second to grate some fresh Parmesan cheese, it is a world of difference. And yes, totally worth it. Everything is looking like it's good to go, you guys. So let's turn on the stove, melt some butter, and let's get cooking. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start our flavor foundation. And with that, we're going to start cooking our garlic, our red bell peppers, and our green onions. You just want to cook them until they are, or until they get a little bit soft, okay? You don't want to cook them all the way down, but you don't want to leave the crunch in them either. So on a good medium heat, it should probably take 3 to 5 minutes at the most. So again, y'all, let's just make sure that we get these sauteed up. And the next thing that we're going to add in is, of course, some Just a Sprinkle all-purpose seasoning. Of course, we cannot do a full recipe without the Just a Sprinkle. Make sure you guys pay attention to the link that's in the description. It's always there in every video. So you guys are able to go on my website and purchase your seasonings whenever you run out. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, you guys, is we are going to, like I said, we're going to add the seafood. Now, when adding the seafood, because we are going to bake the dip as well, we don't want to overcook the seafood. So you're going to see me put the seafood in there literally for a couple minutes, and then we're going to start adding in the cheeses and the different elements to the dip, okay? So we add in our colossal shrimp, and then we're going to add in our medium shrimp, then we're going to add in our crab meat, and then we're going to start the actual dip addition. Once you get everything incorporated, you guys, we are going to hit it with some more of the Blove's SMACKALICIOUS seasoning, just to make sure that everything is nice and flavorful, and it's a huge flavor party, of course. We are going to wake it up and punch it with just a little bit of lemon, you guys. Seafood needs citrus. It needs acid to wake it up and take the flavor to a whole nother level. So, of course, we're going to hit it with a little bit of that, just about 1.5 teaspoons. You don't need much. On top of that, I did add some more black pepper, and I added a little food glitter, parsley flakes, of course, just to make it look a little bit prettier. And then we are going to add in some cream cheese. Super simple, 8 ounces. And then we're going to add in some heavy whipping cream. Don't mind my cream, you guys. It was in the back of the refrigerator, so it's just a little bit frozen. And then we're going to add in our freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to let this work. So there is no reason to have this all the way up high. So we're going to put the heat on like a medium low, and we're going to have a little bit of patience because we don't want our dip to break or the cheese to not be as creamy as we want it. So again, just a little bit of patience, let everything incorporate. And we're also going to add in the shredded cheeses as well and melt everything down. super simple, y'all. Everything gets so creamy. But what I'm going to do right now, let's slow it down with a slow-mo. Just like that, the dip is pretty much done. We just have to bake it and get that crispy cheese layer on top. So what I chose to use was one of these really cute mini cast iron skillets, you guys. Use anything that's oven safe. It's totally up to you. And we're going to fill it, of course, with the dip. And we're going to top it with some more shredded cheese. Okay, so this is the reason why we're baking it at this point, is just to melt the cheese on top, because as you can see, the dip is fully cooked, so it's not going to take long at all. And once we put the shredded cheese on top, we're also going to sprinkle some more of the Blove's SMACKALICIOUS seasoning mix on top, so we can have it nice and seasoned and golden brown and delicious. Now, while we let that do its thing, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut up some bread, and we are going to toast some crostinis so that we're able to enjoy our dip with them. So what I have here is just a French baguette. It is actually a sun-dried tomato baguette. You guys can use whatever flavor or just plain if you like. We're going to line it up on a baking sheet so that we're able to butter them and season them and put some cheese on them, and they are going to be super, super delicious. Now, what you should do, or what you need, is a half a stick of melted butter. As you can see, I put a teaspoon of minced garlic. We're going to hit it with a little bit of just a sprinkle so the bread can have some flavor too. And we are going to put a pinch of the SMACKALICIOUS sauce seasoning mix. And then we are going to squeeze a bit of lemon in the butter as well. We're going to brush the tops of these. We're going to sprinkle them with some food glitter, aka parsley. And we're going to also grate some fresh Parmesan cheese on top as well. And we're going to put those in the oven so they can crisp up. As you can see, the dip is doing its thing. It's nice and bubbly. The next thing that we are going to work on, and the last thing, is going to be the garnish for the top of the dip, to let everyone know what to expect when they dip into the dip. So what we're going to do is we're going to butter the skillet with the same butter that we use for The bread, of course, is nice and flavorful. And then we're going to saute our shrimp, and we are going to saute our crab as well. Now, when you take the dip out while it's hot, I do like to line up some of the crostinis around the edge of the dip. Just makes for a really fun presentation. And then this way in the middle, we can put our crab and our shrimp and garnish with some green onions as well. Now, of course, we have come to the very special moment where we will slow it down for slow-mo. And just like that, you guys have made loaded, smackalicious seafood dip. As my grandma would always say, this dish is finger licking time. I love y'all so much for watching. Make sure you tag me in all of your pictures on social media. I would love to see them. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. And as always, I'll see y'all next time.